Welcome to Oh Brother, a podcast where we try to figure it all out, with your hosts, Brandon and Colin. On this week's show, cheese was the real treasure all along.
Ahoy!
Ahoy!
Wow! Oh, sorry. Wow, that is very loud. Hold on.
I didn't mean to be that loud.
Hold on. My goodness, too much gusto. Back off. No, I got
That's the normal amount of ahoying. I don't know what you're talking about.
My knobs are all out of place.
Oh
no!
Why are you going fiddling with the knobs?
Well, it's weird. I don't know. I there are times where I'm like, I don't know. I just the things. How do they work? You don't touch something for years. Oh, I started to have this. So I'm in my mobile recording area, where in my home office, like that is not a portable unit. It does not move. Nary hasn't been touched. But as of late, I'm like, is it softer? I think things are softer here now. And I'm starting to worry that it's going out. Now, I've had that piece of equipment for 6 years, and I'm pretty sure it's always had power to it. So that's probably not good.
It's fine.
It's supposed to be recording equipment, right? It's supposed to be okay. I don't know, but so I'm on my mobile stuff, and I had to futz with it recently, and now I'm okay, cool. Okay, anyway,
right.
Hi. Back to the program.
How was the cat emergency?
Oh man. Well, so it's one of those things where you go, okay, great, your cat needs medicine. How do you give your cat medicine? And they go, oh, well, what I do is I just take the pill, I put it in the palm of my hand, and I'll place like 2 or 3 treats around it, and I'll just offer it to the cat, and they'll take it. And I go, so when they don't do that, what's the next plan?
Yeah, what's the backup plan? Yeah, do cats like peanut butter? Is that a thing?
Right.
I don't know.
We
like
have
yogurt.
to be
Cats like yogurt. I don't
yogurt.
know.
You have to be so super sneaky with this. So then then there's a pause, and they go, I don't know. I guess. And you go, okay. So then it's like, okay, let me give you 3 or 4 different options that we can try. And then they're like, sure, do those. I'm like, okay. Now, sitting way over here on the very far side is the one thing that we want to try and avoid at all costs, which is force pilling cats.
Oh yeah, no, they don't like that.
Right. Nobody wants to do this. So I'm like, we've got to stair step our way to this. So sure, we'll try the treats out of the palm of our hand. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to, try and put it in like a yogurt, something lickable. The next step is I'm going to be grinding the pill and pulverizing it very fine to then put it in like a paste to mix with a wet food or like a churu or something like that. Then I can start, like, if you really wanted to then go, what sometimes people do is, okay, I need to find some tuna juice, and I'll suck it up in a syringe, and then I'll liquefy this, and I'll make basically an oral drop out of this. But you have to be really careful because not every pill can have this done to it and have it actually have its full effect.
I was going to say, that doesn't compromise the potency of some medications. Right.
So you've got to ask, like, what is this?
Cats, you weren't prepared for this when you domesticated yourselves. Huh? You weren't prepared for what was going to happen if you had to get medication. No. Right?
Now, for this...
You see? That's... come on, cats. What are you doing?
Now, for this... I know. You just go back, right? So for this particular cat, it's not one medication. It's not 2 medications. It's 3 medications. And what the client has done very, very intelligently is they buy their own little capsules, and then they cut the little pills. The pills are super tiny to get the right dosage for the cat. So they cut them small, then they put them in the little pill, the little capsule, seal the capsule, and then that's what the cat is supposed to eat. It's 1 capsule, but 3 different medications. And you need to give this once a day. the cat has basically congestive heart failure and high blood pressure. So it's kind of necessary. And I'm like, look, it's smart. Like, you have to make sure the cat gets the dosage. You can't just leave it out in wet food because you also have, another cat there.
That would be bad.
Right. So I have to make sure this cat, and trying to medicate a cat with 3 different pills across 3 different things, that's never happening. So my employee did the thing and went through the tree and was like, I can't get this cat to take it. I'm like, okay. So I went over and I kind of did a similar thing and was like, nope. Okay. Well, we're going to pill a cat. So you get a blankie, right? Get a blankie. You approach the cat from behind if it will allow you. You throw the blankie on top of the cat. And then you're doing this all on the ground on a firm surface, not on a slippery surface. No slippery surfaces here, people. On carpet or a rug or even on a couch or a sofa, something like that, or in their own bed. I don't recommend the bed because they need a safe space. Whatever. So you cover the cat, then you come around it and you basically like cocoon it with your body. And then with what I like to do is I will get the very tip of my finger wet so that the pill will stay adhesed to my finger. And then you take your other hand, you pry open the jaws with your finger right back maw. At the back. Yeah, the gaping maw of terror. And you try and wedge your finger way back at the joint. At least that's what I like to do. Like get as far back as possible. And then you pop the pill in, and you have to make sure that your finger, you can't just pop it in like at the tip of the tongue. You have to go like way for a piece back. Then you extract everything as quickly as possible, all of your fingers, so they come out, still attached.
Yeah, in one piece. Yeah, right.
Then you hold the mouth shut, and then you massage their neck. You massage their neck. And you hold their mouth shut, and you massage their neck. And then,
good grief,
once you think it's okay, you let them go. And then you provide lots of treats to them. Now all the treats come out, and you're showering with the treats and lots of praise. And yay, wasn't that not terrible? And that's what you have to do. That's how you pill a cat. And some cats are fine. I think it's the fact that with the cat, you have to use your whole body. Like usually the time you have to like force pill a dog, you can kind of, it's large enough where you can just like, poke it in or whatever. The cats, it's so small and all the teeth are razor sharp. So it's like, you don't have a purchase with your fingers at all. Everything is bitey and snappy.
Everything is touching a tooth.
Right. So you don't want to do this. You want to try and use non-invasive things. And what's fascinating then is we took on a brand new client who's basically like, oh no, you've got to force pill my cat every time. You won't have to give it a medication. And I'm like cool.
Or hear me out. You could pill your cat and then.
But I did pill that cat tonight, and it was like the chillest cat about life entirely, like at all. Like it was, I didn't even have to like smother the cat. I just kind of walked up to it, and it was like, hey, it knew the drill. So yeah, that was the cat emergency, cat meowgency. I think is what I was trying to say there. But
very nice.
Yeah. And then I went to a visit where I have encountered a new phrase that I have never encountered with pets before. We are taking care of somebody with a rabbit room.
I'm sorry. What?
Yeah. Now imagine you live in
like inside, not like a hutch, not like a out of door rabbit experience. Like this is an indoor rabbitry.
This is an indoor rabbitry. Imagine you have a house that has like 9 bedrooms, and one of those is supposed to be the office that's off of the main living area next to the front door. I don't know if you've seen this layout where like you come into a big house, and then on the left is like the office with the swinging glass doors. Okay. And then there's the living area over on the right. You can switch left and right, audience. Use your imagination with this. Okay. I'm just trying to. But instead of an office, I mean, it's a bunny office. I guess it's an office for bunnies.
Wow.
But yeah, their hutches are in there. They are free roam in there, all the time. And we've got so it was like, that is okay. That's the rabbit room.
How bad does the rabbit room smell?
Now,
that's really
all
I'm concerned about right here, because rabbits, while cute, not full of wonderful aromas, right? Usually.
Yeah. Well, now imagine they have their own air filter in the room. Every morning, all of the bedding gets changed out for them. And it is also vacuumed. The room is vacuumed twice a day.
This is too much late stage capitalism for me right now, right? Like, if every morning the rabbits are bedding is changed and they have a bespoke air filtration system just for the rabbit. You know what solves this? Putting your rabbits outside like a normal person.
Yeah.
This is a lot. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So it is definitely a lot. Like, and there are pee pads involved. Like, there are liners of the bedding that you then swap out, and like it is a full on production. And I'm a little amazed at this, to be perfectly honest. So that's a
lot.
It is a lot. But the least crazy thing is their koi pond out front, where it's like, okay, I can feed fish. I can feed 3 pinches of food to the koi. Yeah. It's basically what I did. I went, yeah. There you go. Enjoy fishies. There you go. So that, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4 hay feeders for the rabbits, 3 different hutches inside, 2 air filters, their own, like, there's the okay. So they have a vacuum cleaner that is dedicated specifically to the rabbit room. So it's the rabbit room vacuum cleaner, and it's not like a tertiary vacuum. They went out and bought a specific vacuum, for a very nice vacuum for the rabbits. Oh
my!
They also
the rabbit room has the Dyson.
Well, then they also have a dedicated vacuum for the cat room, which is downstairs, so that you vacuum up the cat litter and the messes that they make there with the dedicated vacuum for the cat room as well. So there's the house vacuum, rabbit vacuum, there's the cat vacuum, and then they have also the wall vacuums where you shove into the wall. So that's the other vacuum you have. I was like,
oh my. Wow.
When I got the notes and and there were 3 lines to describe all of the vacuums that we would be using, I was going, okay, this is what makes this visit complicated. It's nice, right? It's nice that you don't have to lug something all around, but it's going, no, this vacuum cannot be, the cat vacuum is not for the rabbit vacuuming area. Don't do that. And the house vacuum cannot touch any of them. And so you have to keep everything separated and have their own little totes for everything and how it's organized. And at least it's organized. That's what I'll say. At least it's organized. It's just very overwhelming walking into the
that's a lot. That's
the easiest part about this is walking over to the soaker system for the plants outside, and you open the valve when you start the visit, and then when you leave, you shut the valve. That's the easiest part of this entire thing.
Wowzer. Wowzers. Okay, well, there you go.
So there's that. I don't know what else. What other questions you got?
Well, nothing about that. But I do think it's been a while. We need the Collins sleep system update, right? That's what we need.
Yes. So I will say that the nose strip is probably the best enhancement that I've made. So if listeners will long remember, maybe they don't. I made 3 changes pretty simultaneously. I got a new pillow. I got a nose strip, like hard plastic thing that makes my nostrils inflate. Makes their branding. I did see another ad for them. I'm like, nope, you sold past the close here. You don't need to show me this again. I've bought this. But it says, well, makes your nose twice as wide or something like that. Like increases it twice the size. I'm like, that's a weird stat. It makes me really uncomfortable. Don't say that again.
Yeah, that is.
Say that again. Like, say increases
weird, like,
airway capacity by 2
that's
times.
good.
Like,
yeah.
Don't not like it makes your nose twice as big. That's not the marketing, people. That's not the marketing. And then I got
weird. That's a weird. What a weird phrase.
I know. And then I got mouth tape, and the pillow is fine. I will say it took my body a little while to adjust to it, and I was not expecting this. I actually woke up with neck pain a couple days after the first couple days of using it. And I think it was because it was actually putting my neck where it was supposed to be. Because since then I haven't had this.
Yes,
right. Like, and it wasn't like with some stretching and stuff. It was like, oh, my neck is actually in alignment. It wasn't in alignment before. This feels better now. This is helping. The nose strips are doing their thing. The one thing that has not stuck is the mouth tape, and I'm like,
unintended.
Yeah, literally. Like, and I'm fine with this. Here, 2 things. One, like I don't have much of a mustache. Like it's just enough to be kind of visible. It is also just enough to prevent adhesive for long periods of time. Now, this is good. If I ever get abducted, I will know.
True.
I will just wait it out, and it will fall off eventually. But the other thing is, I yawn a lot, like a lot. And I know that that's not always like, I've learned that that's not your tired thing. Sometimes your body is starved for oxygen because of your shallow breathing and you're not breathing with your stomach. Okay, cool. But when I wake up at 1 a.m, kind of feeling like I'm suffocating and I can't like yawn and get air, that I can't wear the tape. I can't wear it. I can go to sleep with it fine, but I have to like really ignore the tape, really ignore it. But then when I wake up a little bit later and I'm needing to yawn and I can't like open my mouth, even though my lips are parted, and I know in my brain that enough air will get through, because it's not like the like big woof of air.
Mm-hmm, yeah,
my body,
it's like a little like
my lizard brain is going, you are dying. Like you are suffocating. Like you must escape at all costs. And so rip it off. And then what's really unfortunate is I fall back asleep. And so and for whatever reason, it's in my hand. Okay, so it's in my hand. I've ripped it off. And then I put my hands down by my sides and I put my hands by my legs. And so I've woken up with it like on my inner thigh. And
nice.
While it was not sticky enough to stick to my very faint mustache, it is still very sticky and painful to rip off of your inner thigh in the morning, the next day when you wake up and you find it there. So the mouth tape is, I think it's a good idea. And so I'm toying with the idea. I still have several pieces to go through, and I don't know if I would just want to finish it out and then find a different mouth tape and start playing around with brands or sizes, that kind of stuff.
Or if it's even worth the
effort to go through this. But I have noticed, like when I did, what is frustrating is there are a couple nights where I can successfully make it through the night with all 3 in place. And I have an app on my phone that I leave running, and it will count the snores per hour of what you do. This
what
is
a
not
metric!
This is a horrifying metric.
Yeah, true.
Like, true. When it's like, yeah, you snored um 330 times per hour last night.
Yeah, that's not a good number.
You're like, no, I didn't
bad.
need to see that.
Bad news bears, what that is.
Yeah, you will. Yeah, but with all three in place, though, it was like 100. So I was like, well,
Okay.
that's a
is an
huge
improvement.
difference. Like,
Yeah.
it's a big thing. The problem is just that, does the tape stay on? Right. That's the hard part. And so without the tape, it is like it kind of goes back up. It does go back up quite a bit. So it's it's been interesting walking through that. And it's also the nose stuff, that little band. I don't have I have yet to develop a good routine with that. So tracking down the nose band at nighttime can be kind of hard because it's not like it's not like I wake up and then I immediately take it off and put it by my bed. It's like I wake up, I go about the day, I'm getting breakfast and coffee, we're starting school stuff, we're doing this. I'm like, and then sometimes throughout the day it comes off. And it doesn't. I don't put it in the right place. It's the same place every time. So
that's not a great habit for a thing so small, right? Like,
no,
it's not necessarily a great plan.
No, I don't recommend this. This is not an endorsement of my technique or lack thereof. This is me admonishing myself for my poor planning on this matter. And so that's been the other part too. Like, oh man, it's bedtime. Where's the nose thing? Also, placement of the little pads on your nose. The high degree of variability that I have with this, it is not. I am not a surgeon.
Ideal, right?
Yeah. And I will think, that is the exact spot that I just got last night. And then I'm like, perfect. And then I'll put it on and it'll be like, that is completely different. That is
miles away.
Why?
Literally miles away.
Is this even working? Why can't I make and I start trying to figure out, can I make it? Can I shove it over to the left a little bit? And it's just, so that too, of you only get one shot to apply, because as soon as you peel it off, you can't re-stick it. So that's been you can, but it will come off eventually. So one stick, but my goodness, then I'm like, oh, can't I just that also drives me insane, is trying to get it back and remember. I think I was I think I need to start taking a picture of where I place these, and then writing a review about that placement, so I can try and hone in on optimal placement. But I'm also kind of slapdashed sometimes, and
just put a little dot on your nose with a Sharpie, right? It goes here.
Yeah, there what the surgeons do to mark which knee you're supposed to cut off.
Yeah. It's a little yeah, goes there. You could do that.
I should start doing that, or just get a permanent get a tattoo there. That's what I should do. I could just get a little tattoo dot.
Okay, I feel like maybe that might be a bit too far down the trail here, but
I think it's fine. Are you fully recovered from your excursion? Are you back in the right time zone yet?
I don't know. My body is kind of grumpy with me sometimes, because it'll be no, we're waking up right now. I'm like, but this is 6 o'clock. Why are we? No, that's not what we're doing right now. I don't think so. Full disclosure, listeners, this is only 2 days after the last time we recorded, so it's not like it's I'm just saying, I don't want to say something hyper wrong with me, it's lagging forever and ever. No, but it's still kind of last night I felt like I didn't sleep very well, even though I went to bed early for me. I still woke up like way early and was like, my body's like, no, we're getting up. I'm like, but why? Do we really need to do that? I don't think that's true. So I'm not entirely sure about that. I think we're slowly coming back. I am entirely unmotivated to do anything. However, I have like done laundry and stuff like that, right? So we're ready to go. But like, I think that sort of like epic exhaustion / body trying to figure out what time zone it's in / it's 100 degrees outside has made me extremely unmotivated to do anything. I'm like, no, I'm not going out there. Like, ew. Took the trash out yesterday and was like, oh no, nope, going back inside. This is for the birds.
Oh, yeah, we've had that. It's been hard because we've just wanted to stay inside with all of our blinds shut and like
and all
in
the
front of a
lights
fan.
Like, don't let any heat in here, like even from light bulbs, like nothing, like no, I can't.
Yeah,
it's bad.
Absolutely. And then I'm like, we have not left the house today. And I go, and then Meg will say, we haven't like left the house today. And I go, yeah, for good reason. We'll die out there. Like, it's not okay.
Yeah, it's too hot. That's gross. I don't want to do that. So yeah, that has also made it very unmotivating to like do stuff. I've just been like sitting. You know what I mean? So that might also be part of the problem. But like, I don't want to go do a thing outside. Like, I took the trash out. Did have to dispatch. We had a bit of a giant spider situation on the porch after we came back. There was like a massive spider web out on the sidewalk. And there was definitely like a big fat black widow spider.
Oh,
it was definitely like laying eggs on things. We're like,
oof.
Yeah, that can't stay here.
Yeah.
I don't think that's.
You gotta go.
Yeah. Like, sorry, buddy, but no.
Yeah.
So I had to deal with that.
Not about that life.
Like, no, yeah. So that was the extent of the excitement that I've had.
Oh.
Okay. Really. So
yeah, the extent. So, yeah, spiders.
I haven't done too much, really. So yeah, just been kind of recovering, trying to figure out how things work. You know, that's pretty much it, right? Except for, of course, discovering the sea shanty of the week. I've been doing that. If you are interested in a segue, if I can interest you in a bit of a segue here.
Okay.
Now, I decided this week to really, pull two worlds together here.
Oh.
And I found for you a Norwegian sea shanty.
Okay. That was.
Oh, yeah. Whose name I can only hope to pronounce correctly, but I have just sent it to you. And thing. Now, I don't really have as much information about this as I have the other ones because, it's Norwegian. And so I don't really know about age or, whatever. But it does seem to appear in at least one older primary source. So it's called Strelasianti. I don't think I pronounced that right. That doesn't sound very Norwegian. Anyway, it is performed by like a modern like choral arrangement group, right? But the translation and the lyrics is rather hilarious, right? Like it's about like a guy who's singing about his wife and like how much he misses her, and I guess she's like died, but that's okay because she was actually awful. And
oh no.
It's like looking forward to dating this other girl instead, right? It's like a very weird song. It's like, oh yeah, she died, but also she was horribly mean.
But anyway, goodness.
It's like a joke song, I guess, but like,
Sure.
it's kind of funny and it's very upbeat and in Norwegian. So I thought maybe a little cross reference there. The sea shanty of the week comes to you via Norway this time. Hey, look at there.
Absolutely perfect. Yes. I like this. Yeah. I was just trying to listen to a little bit of it while you were talking. And
yeah, it's pretty boisterous.
Yeah.
Sounds shanty.
Very shanty.
You know, so we'll count it.
One does. Yeah.
We'll count it, right?
Very good. Well, on to chapters.
Yes, I was trying to open my book here. I almost dropped my bookmark, which would be traumatic. I was like fumbling with things. Yeah. So, if we think about where we left off, right? We did have an interlude, right? We had chapters from the Doctor. Was it the Doctor? Right?
Yep, the Doctor.
It was not Jim, right? It was not. Yes, the narrative continued by the Doctor, right? So, like, we had this weird interlude where it was like, oh, by the way, here's what's happening in the meantime, right? Mm-hmm. So now we're back with old Jimbo here. We have the narrative resumed by Jim Hawkins. The garrison in the stockade, right? And so we were having some like these two events were happening simultaneously, right? The Doctor and the captain and the squire and co were like escaping the ship, right? While Jim was off discovering that Ben Gunn existed, right? This very strange person,
right,
on the island, right? So they're like, they're running back there, and basically Ben's like, oh no, that's got to be your friends. And he's like, well, how do you know? And he's like, well, because that's the English flag, duh. Like, pirates wouldn't fly that, silly. Clearly that's your homies over there, so you gotta go.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah. Yeah. And Ben is also like, he's trying to, I'm sure, like, is he trying to be like super uber like secretive here, or is he just unable to communicate with another person?
I think he's unable to communicate with another person, right? Okay. And because he's talking and he's not necessarily making sense, right? We get the feeling that Jim is like, okay, buddy, whatever you say.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
Well, and he actually, at this point, Jim actually says, I think I understand what you're saying is you want me to go do this and this, right?
Yes.
Like, and he's like, yes, that, right?
Yeah, because it's like, what? So Jim like just kind of stands around and watches for a while. Like, he doesn't like go right over because there's like things happening, right? And Ben is telling him stuff, and he's like, what does he tell him? Like, he's like giving him this thing. He's like, you can tell, you can count on me. And again, he's like, make sure that you tell them exactly this. And he's like, okay. Sure. And then he like, goes away. And so Jim is kind of sitting out the part where they're shelling the fort, right? Which, fair. You don't want to like run up to the fort while we're shelling it. We did learn from Ben here that this fort was, of course, built by old Flint himself.
Mm-hmm.
Of course. Obviously. Right? So, there you go. So he goes back and he joins and he's like, hey guys, it's me, Jim, I'm back. Woo.
Yes. Yeah. He definitely cuts from like his conversation with Jim to like, and then I and then I rejoin them, and now he gives a more detailed description of the cabin at this point too, or the stockade, whatever it is.
Yes. And is this where, so he kind of does this. He talks about them, and he kind of is explaining Ben to them, and he's like, I don't know, sir. He's talking to the doctor, right? And he's like, after they get reacquainted and they kind of figure out what's going on, there's this exchange that is very funny as found it here, where he's like, so, is this Ben Gunn a man? He's like, I don't know, sir. I'm not sure whether he is sane. He's like,
right.
Well, if there's any doubt about the matter, he is, returned the doctor. A man who has been 3 years biting his nails on the deserted island can't expect to appear as sane as you or me.
Right.
It doesn't lie in human nature. So at least the doctor is also sort of understanding, like, Jim is very confused by this guy, and he does sound kind of weird, but the doctor is at least like, I mean, that's kind of to be expected, right? Like, he's been alone on the island all by himself for at least 3 years. So,
and then, but you cut the next exchange.
Oh, I wasn't. I
okay.
I was come back to that.
Sorry, but
this is the most.
I will say that yes, the doctor is very much like, okay, yeah, he sounds a little crazy, but I don't think that's necessarily bad. It's sounds like it's very, like you said, predictable and understandable that he is. Yeah. So kind of not to worry kind of thing.
Yeah. But then, then we have this like the strangest,
inextricable.
I was not expecting this at all. I was like, holy cow.
Yeah.
He was like, speaking of human nature, right?
Yeah.
The other thing that binds all humans together, was it cheese you said he had a fancy for? Yes, sir, cheese, I answered. This next several sentences is the most ridiculous thing I think I've ever read anywhere. Okay,
because here's where go on.
I have never read anything as jarring as this, right? Like,
it's marvelous.
It comes out of nowhere.
Yes,
this is the most, like, I don't even know what literary device this is. This is like Deus Ex macaroni. Like, I don't even know what's happening here. He's like, says, well, Jim, says he, just see the good that comes from being dainty in your food. You've seen my snuff box, haven't you? And you never saw me take snuff. The reason being that in my snuff box, I carry a piece of Parmesan cheese.
A piece?
A cheese made in Italy. Very nutritious. Well, that's for Ben Gunn. Excuse me. You what? You just carry
piece of cheese.
Parmesan cheese in a snuff box.
Yeah, I was like, snuff box cheese.
Man, I know Parmesan's a hard cheese, right? Stays good for a long time, but like tropical island snuff box Parmesan, not really.
Also, of all the things you could put in your cheese, in your stuff box, like a piece of Parmesan cheese, like what? I don't know. I really want to know.
Cut off a hunk and stick her in there. Just carry it around just in case you meet a crazy island guy who's been dreaming of cheese for 3 years. Which again, this is, I feel like this is Robert Louis Stevenson's ultimate comment on human nature, right? when removed from society, right? What do you want? Like, what is one of society's biggest advantages and inventions? It's cheese, obviously, right? This is
it makes total sense.
This is the truth. There's truth in the cheese, right? I feel like this is the philosophical connection that we can make here, right? Humans need cheese. I think that's
what we've learned.
I think that's what we've learned here today. And
at the core,
it just so happens the doctor has some Parmesan in his snuffbox.
Oh my gosh! Like next thing you know, it's about to turn into an episode of Wallace and Gromit,
right? Like I feel.
Shades.
I thought about Wallace and Gromit here when I was reading this. I was like, oh my gosh, just whip out the emergency backup cheese just in case, you know. And I mean, I guess it is quite nutritious. I don't know if I just don't think about eating straight up Parmesan.
Don't.
It's a little salty for that, right? I don't know if that's a thing. Italian friends, let me know how this works here. But like lots of other cheeses you just eat. But like Parmesan, not one of them that I'm familiar with, right? Like lots of, I don't know. I don't really know. But, you know, whatever. It keeps good, nice hard cheese here to keep in your snuff box.
I'll pass on this. But yeah, I think that just we hit this chapter, and this is the most shocking thing we've read to this point. And
yeah, it really is. I can't. I'm
now. You know what? I don't know what's going to happen. I'm completely thrown off, and I don't trust anything in the story anymore.
I don't know. It's really. Really, the rest of the chapter is just, I don't even know what happens because they're like, oh, they have to bury old Tom. Dead Tom's dead. And they have to bury him, clearly. And then there's a flag of truce on the horizon.
Right? Oh, and who's carrying it?
Oh, it's somebody. And next to Silver himself. Dun, dun, dun. So he's with another person. Right?
Yeah.
Right. So that's kind of where we end this chapter. The flag of truce with old Silver himself coming up to see. Right. That brings us to our next chapter, chapter 20. Pretty short, right? To the point. The chapter is excellent, by the way. Nice, short, to the point, kind of hilarious a little bit. Right. We just get all down to it. And the captain here is just the best because he's like, oh, yes, I'm Captain Silver. And he's like, how are you now?
Yes. Yeah. It was good. Yep. Captain Silver. Captain Silver. Don't know him. Who's he? Cried the captain.
I never heard of him. Get out of here.
And we could hear him adding to himself, Captain is in my heart, and here's promotion. Oh, man.
So, he wants to come and talk terms, right? Talk some terms. And he's like, well, and the captain's like, he's like, well, I'm going to, blah, blah, blah. And I promise to be safety. And the captain's like, look, the only people promoting any sort of treachery is you. So you're fine from us, but like, I don't know what you're worrying about. Like, sit down and be quiet.
We didn't do this. And it really is this, like, Long John's, like, overtly, like, oozing of charm and this courtesy that he's trying to throw out there. Like, he's really trying to play up this, I don't know, like this diplomatic envoy or whatever he's on. And Smollett is just like brutally honest, sees right through it, knows exactly what's going on, and it's interesting to see these two particularly spar off because
I mean, really, right from the get go, after that, he's like, he's like, aren't you going to invite me inside? It's a cold morning, to be sure, sir, to sit out upon the sand. And the captain's response is epic. He's like, why, Silver, said the captain. If you had pleased to be an honest man, you might have been sitting in your galley. It's your own doing. You're either my ship's cook, and then you were treated handsome, or Captain Silver, a common mutineer and pirate, and then you can go hang. He's like, it's a mite uncomfortable out here. He's like, too bad, so sad, loser. Sit down.
Sit down, right. and part of this is, I think Long John, Captain Silver, whatever, he's so used to obviously like winning people over, and he's so like, I think this is also, I think, a way for him to try and win anybody over on the fence, right? Right, and also save face for what he's doing for the men that are behind him, because he's still probably holding them together like by a bare thread, and so having to project overconfidence and hospitality to make it so that if things go wrong, maybe there'll be some more defectors from those that are with the Captain Smollett.
Well, I mean, that's true too, but also I think the captain, we skipped over a little bit, but last night there were sounds of revelry being heard from the pirate camp along the way. But like the captain knows, like what we've talked about before, like he brings it up here. He's like, I know that none of you can sail a ship by yourself.
Yeah.
Right. So don't even, like, I know what you want, right? Because remember back in the apple barrel, Silver was talking about ideally this would have played out like once they had the treasure on the boat and were halfway back to England.
Yeah.
Right. But circumstances went this way. They were found out and other things came to pass. And so he's trying to salvage this because he knows that even though he's like trying to project this, I think part of his charisma and his like, this is like him trying to like hide his insecurity as well, because he knows that he is not in the clear here. He knows that he is not, they don't even have the chart, right? That's the other thing they want. Like, we want the chart. And he's like, and the captain's just like, tough tiddlywinks, big boy. No, you can't have it. Yep. They want the treasure, and they're like, we'll even put you on another island somewhere. And he's like, no, you say all these things, but you really don't have any power because you have some people on your side, but you can't sail a boat. Mm-hmm. You don't know how to chart. You don't know where you are. You don't know how to get back to where you want to be. If you'll surrender now, I'll take. It's like, if you just surrender to me now, then we'll take that into consideration at the sentencing. He's like, whoa.
Yeah. And this whole time, and so each part is trying to figure out like what the strengths that the other ones have, and really start kind of needling into these. And there was this exchange. I don't know where was this? Where Jim cuts in and he says, all that Silver said was a riddle to him, but you never would have guessed it from his tone. As for me, I began to have an inkling. Ben Gunn's last words came back, and I was beginning to think we were at only 14 enemies to deal with. That maybe there was a secret attack during this too.
Yeah,
so like,
yes,
Silver's thrown off, like he's talking about something, and Smollett's like, what? Like, okay, because it's because he had nothing to do with it.
Yeah. I think that happened last night. So there was some revelry happening, I guess, but it does sound like that. Yeah, because Silver does throw some accusations, and Smollett just kind of like takes it in stride, but it's like he has no idea what's happening.
Yeah.
So yeah, it does seem like old Ben Gunn sneaked into the pirate camp and offed somebody in the night. Right. to kind of even some odds when they weren't paying attention. Because that does happen here too. Silver's like, well, you blah blah blah, and he's just like, no. Anyway, and he's very unmoving in the whole rest of this thing. Right at the end, right before he leaves, he's like, he basically tells him, you can't find the treasure, you can't sail the ship. There's not a man among you fit to sail that ship, and you can't fight us.
Yeah.
So your ship is in irons, Master Silver. You're on the lee shore, or so you'll find.
Yeah, because again, Long John is coming and he's trying to, again, sweet talk. He's like, we'll divide stores with you, man on man, and we'll make this stuff. And Captain Smollett, he said, rose from his seat, knocked out all the ashes of his pipe in the palm of his hand, and said, "Is that all?" He asked. "Every last word, by thunder. Refuse that, and you've seen the last of me, but musket balls." And he says, "Very good." Right. And like you said, now he just lays it all out there. And that, you have nothing. You have nothing to bargain with at now. And your position is not all that strong, because what he's saying here is basically, yeah, sure, go ahead and kill us. And then what? Then what will you do?
You still don't have anything. Yeah. And it really exemplified by right after that, the scene right after where he says, "Now give me a hand up." And the captain says, "Not I." And he just stands there and he makes Silver crawl across the sand back to where he came from to the house to like get stood up by his elf, because he won't offer him a hand back up again from the seated position on the sand. So he just makes him crawl away from him. So we really see that in this exchange, it's very clear who it came out on top, right? Like it's really not up for debate that Captain Smollett still has at least some position of power here over the whole situation.
Right. Yeah. He's absolutely not. And so it's very interesting, that display of real who really is in charge of all of this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like the projected, like the fake, like the slimy, like Silver's trying to be all charming and charismatic and sell you that used car, but like the real authority is still Smollett in the situation, where he's just like, "No, I know exactly what's happening. You can't pull it over my. You don't know what's happening. Like, get out." Like, so, which maybe backfires slightly at the start of the next chapter.
You mean the one titled "The Attack"?
Yeah. Immediately after Silver leaves, they start preparing to be ambushed, right? So it was, the captain is, first of all, he's kind of mad at all the people in the house because they were gawking at this exchange between him and Silver, and they were supposed to be watching at their post. They're supposed to be watching through the holes on the outside of the house for any enemy activity. And so when he turns around and sees them all staring at him, he's like, "Get back to your..." He's real mad.
Yeah.
Because he knows that they're coming, like right now, right? He knows that after that exchange, the pirates are coming to attack him like immediately. And he turns around and all of the people are staring at him. And he's like, we got things to do. Get over there.
Get back. Yes.
Get back, right? So he's like, we need to take shelter. He even says, "I've given Silver a broadside."
Oh, right.
I pitched it in red hot on purpose. And before the hour's out, as he said, we shall be boarded. We're outnumbered, and I needn't tell you that, but we fight in shelter. So he's like, we have some things on our side, so here's what we're going to do. And they basically set up the attack plan, right?
Yeah.
They give people posts. They load the muskets, right? They put him and Jim, he basically says, me and Jim are going to load muskets, because he's like, I can't shoot. And Jim is, a child. So we're going to load muskets for you.
Yes.
Just call out and we'll go from there. So he places them all around this thing. So this little cabin has, they keep calling them loopholes. I'm just imagining these are like small windows.
That's what I was envisioning as well. Yeah.
I don't know why they're called loopholes, but there's like little windows. Like there's a long side that has like 5, and then the shorter sides have like 2 or 3, and then there's a side with a door. So they're basically just trying to get everybody spread out so they can look and be on the lookout for where they're coming from, right? And it doesn't really take too long before this, this happens. He's like, wait, is this, yeah. Oh, yeah. Where all of a sudden one of the guys goes, so if I see anybody on fire,
yeah.
And he's like, yes. And he's like, all right, thank you. And then just like a little bit while later, he's like, blam,
blam. Yep.
Like, hey, I just making sure.
Yes.
Didn't want me to say, just go for it, right? So it happens pretty quickly. They kind of feint the house, right? They kind of come on one side a little bit, but then they mostly attack from a different side, right? So there's a bit of trickery. It's weird. I don't know. It's odd to me that they're still talking about this whole situation in nautical terms, because he's like, we were boarded through this side. You're like,
yeah,
you're in a cabin. Like, you're not on a, what do you mean? But it means they came from this. It's just a bit of an odd way to phrase this, as especially if our narrator is supposed to be Jim, who's not a sailor, right?
No, he's been on a boat.
He's been on a boat now, I guess. And if he's been, we don't know how long after he's telling us this story, though, too. So, yeah, the boarders swarmed over the fence like monkeys, right? Mm-hmm. Squire and Gray fired again and again, and yet 3 men fell. 1 forwards into the enclosure, 2 back onto the outside. So, some of them were initially dusted up there. There was a lot of smoke, and then so they did have to run outside at some point.
He yelled cutlasses, right? He yells cutlass because they're all coming, and it's close quarters now.
Yeah, we're in close quarters where the advantage has shifted, right? Where basically they were all where our intrepid good guys here were on the inside firing out. As soon as the pirates got to the wall, they could then fire inside.
Yes.
And there was no cover for our people. So they ran outside, right? Because they knew we still need shelter and cover. So we have to run outside. And yeah, Jim just drops everything, grabs a cutlass, and runs outside. Which didn't take too long. They went outside kind of around the corner so they could have some cover there. But we can tell something is kind of wrong, because it says, "Round the house, lads, round the house," cried the captain. And even in the hurly-burly, I perceived a change in his voice. Mm-hmm. But he still obeyed, right? Anyway, so they ran out there. There is a bit more of a kerfuffle, and then basically the pirates start running away.
Yes.
Right. It's not going well. They're firing still on them, and then they kind of escape. Right. And so after this first little foray here, we have some time to take stock, right? The house was by this time somewhat cleared of smoke, and we saw at a glance the price we had paid for victory. Hunter lay beside his loophole, stunned. Joyce by his shot through the head, never to move again. While right in the center, the squire was supporting the captain, one as pale as the other. The captain is wounded, said Mr. Trelawney. So,
but the captain's still in good spirits because
he's like, have they run? That's all he says.
He says, have they run? And then all that could, you may be bound, return the doctor. But there's 5 of them will never return again. And
They will never run
5?
again, yeah. He's
Yeah.
like, ha, yes.
Come, that's better. 5 against 3 leaves us 4-9. That's better odds than we had it starting. We were 7-19 then.
True. But we do have do you have an asterisk on yours?
No.
Do you have this? Okay, so my book has an asterisk here, a note from Stevenson. It says, the mutineers were soon only 8 in number, for the man shot by Mr. Trelawney on board the schooner died the same evening of his wound. But this was, of course, not known until after by the faithful party. So, boom.
Just making sure that those keeping count at home.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah. So, there we go. Plus maybe minus 1 more for whatever Ben Gunn's been up to. Who knows? Right? I don't know what in the world's going on over there. So we've had our first like full scale sortie here.
Yeah.
Right. Where it there has been some more casualties, but they seem to have come out for the better this time. But clearly they cannot stay in this stockade cabin hut thing.
No.
So we're gonna have to see.
They will need to move.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see what their next plan is gonna be. Right?
I would like to say I could guess, but again, see snuffbox cheese and
that's true.
So
right. Will Ben get his snuffbox cheese? That's really
I'm a little terrified to think of the detail that's going to be written about Ben loving the snuffbox cheese.
It might be a little too much. I
may have to just page over that and flip over.
Yeah, no, we'll have to read the whole thing in excruciating detail out loud so everyone can hear. Right, it'll be great.
There's a lot of action in this one. This was good.
This was short, action-packed little section here.
Yeah.
So we are firmly hotted up here, and that's it. That's a part 5. So getting close, over halfway here, nice and breezing on through, no problem. So we'll see next. Just looking at the title page for chapter or part 5, it does say my sea adventure. So. Who knows what's going back to the ship, perhaps for something. I don't really know. So we're going back on the water for at least a little bit of it. Is anybody ever going to find any treasure? Who knows?
Who knows?
Right? We're just going to leave it on the island. Ben's going to find his cheese. That's the real treasure.
That's
cheese. Was the real treasure all along.
All along,
right?
It was in the snuff box all along.
I feel like that's true. Right? Yeah. Cheese was the real treasure all along. That's what.
Oh man. So much cheese. It's uncomfortable.
It's true.
Okay.
True. Well, I have a haiku to close this out. Not about cheese though.
Oh,
see that coming. I've been writing many haikus in reflection of my little trip that we took here. Yeah. Well, I got one for you.
Okay.
Right. That we touched on last week. Right. Metro's secret door. Twisting, turning, down and down. Now which one to board? There we go.
Where is it?
Where is it? Indeed, I
don't know. Oh, nice. That's good. Good one. I really like that. Metro's.
There you go. There's some other more serious ones, but I felt that.
Okay. Well, I'm looking forward.
So
yeah, I'm looking forward to the slow rollouts.
There we go. We'll roll out a couple more here and there.
A couple more coming out. So that's good. Okay.
We got a couple of workshop them, but they're
nice.
Right,
so. No, perfect. Perfect right away.
Not always. No,
that's fine. It's fine. Okay, well, what will happen next time, we don't know, but
I know. It'll be the sea will be back.
The sea will be back, and the cheese will make an appearance, so all will be well.
Or will it?
I think it's going to, we'll see.
Will it happen next time, or wait till the end? We don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Man, such suspense.
We shall await with bated breath.
Absolutely. So, and on that, we'll do this again soon. Okay.
All right.
Love you.
Love you too.
Bye.
Bye.